Work and pray, live on hay, you'll get pie in the sky when you die. Those words were penned by a guy named Joe Hill at the turn of the 20th century. He gave the world this phrase, and it's often used to mock Christianity and Christians. Some still call the Christian faith a pie-in-the-sky religion that urges us to happily suffer poverty and hunger, sorrow and persecution in this life for the sake of the happiness that's to come in the next life. St. Luke's Beatitudes seem to, at first glance, endorse that point of view. Blessed are the poor and the hungry, the sorrowing and the persecuted, says Jesus. But woe to the rich and well-fed, the happy and the well thought of. But in the end, all those roles will be reversed. Excuse me. Does Jesus really want us to be miserable? Jesus certainly does not. He does not want his followers to be miserable and downcast. If Jesus put such a high premium, a high value on suffering in and of itself, why did he cure so many suffering people? And why would he charge us with alleviating sufferings? Jesus' followers have a long history of concern for those who suffer. Just look at the work that occurs in our very own parish here, the St. Vincent de Paul Society. We involve ourselves with Feeding Tampa Bay, our involvement with Metropolitan Ministries, the shoe drive, the toy drive, and so much more. The Catholic Church is the largest and most efficient provider of assistance to the needy in the world. Catholic Relief Services is probably the world's most responsive and efficient organization, delivering foodstuffs to famine-stricken countries. Catholic hospitals tend to the sick, body and soul. Parish bereavement ministries offer solace to the grieving on the long road to healing and peace. We defend the human dignity of racial and ethnic minorities, welfare recipients, the unborn, prisoners, and those in need. Jesus is not opposed to wealth, but he does challenge his followers to practice stewardship of their material goods. In the tradition of the prophet Jeremiah, he warns against relying on human resources instead of God, relying on self instead of God. He warns against thinking that real security lies in material wealth, comfort, and high social standing. Jesus condemns the worship of money and the attitude that we somehow deserve everything we can acquire by way of material goods, that our possessions are alone for us to use and to enjoy, and that we have no responsibility to those in need. I once had a big pin-on button. It said, "The one who dies with the most stuff wins." Not so. Jesus calls us to stewardship, even in our sorrows. Sooner or later, all of us will know loss, will know sickness, will know heartbreak and heartache. That is part of our human condition. Not without reason do we call this world a valley of tears. We can allow our tears to make us sour and bitter. We all know people who do. Or we can let what we suffer teach us compassion for others. Blessed are such as these, for they follow Jesus' road to true happiness. Blessed are you who hunger, for you shall be filled. And Jesus sets before us a table where he feeds all our hungers, the hungers of our hearts, with a meal that will sustain us in blessed happiness today and forever. Waiting for it, aren't you? God is good all the time.